Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League. I'm your very best friend, Gallium, back again with our last day of the first round of the playoffs. It's Saturday, it's primetime Rocket League, and I'm here with my boy Speed. How you doing today?
I am doing great, Gallium. We get to close out the final prospect quarterfinal matchup tonight. We get to, see the rest of these semifinal matchups, see how it's going to shake out. And this is going to certainly be a great one. You got the number one seeded Origin taking on the number eight seeded Gladiators. Their Gladiators are trying to pull off what happened to them last season as the number one seed when they got taken down by the eight seed last year.
Oh yeah, the 18-0 season ruined by the eventual champions. Hate to hear it, but I mean, we saw last night Venom. Oh, they had to reverse sweep their way back, and they're the number one seed. So having the number one seed doesn't necessarily mean you win the series, and I think that holds true here. I think Origin definitely heavy favorites. They've proven time and time again they can beat the best of the best teams. I mean, Rockerman, Sweeny, and hunzer, all phenomenal players, but Gladiators, they're definitely a dark horse, right? Wolfey, just such a consistently good player. He shoots the ball very well. Voakes, he's incredibly quick, and he is one of the better first men. And he kind of plays like a first man, second man hybrid in Nemesis and BanThisOne. He's really quick, especially in the Dominus. That long reach. So it's going to be a great matchup either way. And Speed, I want to know your predictions for this one.
I think it's going to be tough, for sure. I think the Origin squad does have this one in the bag, for a couple reasons. We have seen the teams coming off of the bye who didn't play last week kind of struggle a little bit against these play-in teams. However, Gladiators do also have the issue where they start really slow in a series. We saw it in both their play-in matches; they started pretty slow. Um, so I think with the field being even with both teams starting slow, that it still gives that advantage here to Origin.
Yeah, I agree. I have Origin in five personally. And even I think that's a little generous. They've just been, a dominating force and prospect all season long. Haven't made a singular change to their roster, and they've been just so consistent. It's BanThisOne. Getting an early save. I think Wolfey got stuck on the post a little bit. Rockerman, he's the disruptor of this team. He's going to need to get back there and make some plays happen. Sweeny sends it off the ceiling. Rockerman, can he read it? BanThisOne. Great defensive play, and Origin already threatening early. This Gladiators team can't get out of their end. Wolfey, he sends it over. Can he get the full boost? He does. Rockerman gets a 50. Now hunzer and Sweeny back to corral that. Origin can kind of switch their playstyles on a dime at times as Wolfey, nice shot from him. Even better save from Rockerman, having to backflip that one away. And, Gladiators, they finally found some life here, Speed.
They did, as Vokes trying to put one on. That one's going to go wide off the post, but again, they're getting a lot of good shots right now. They're keeping the ball in their offensive half and just not allowing Origin to break out. Both teams had some scoring opportunities, but both teams' defenses holding strong, which sometimes you don't really necessarily see early on in the game number one, as Wolfie and hunzer both going to miss on that one.
Yeah, they're going to have unfortunate misses there. And, what I think it's only natural. It's the first game of the playoffs. It's an elimination game as hunzer playing like it's an elimination game. What a save from him. Voakes trying to shoot it over hunzer again. Gladiators finding a lot of offense actually really early. 5 shots to Origin's 2. Origin, they're going to have to ramp up this pressure. They're going to keep the Gladiators out of their end. BanThisOne gets a nice beat onto Sweeny. Voakes can't get the touch. Now Wolfey sends it over. Rockerman has to race to get that one. hunzer and Rockerman were both all-stars. So, unfortunately, did not get to play with Rockerman, but I did get to play with hunzer, and I can definitely see why he was an all-star. Just an incredible player to play with. So easy to play with, and honestly, he's just so quick. It's mind-blowingly quick how fast he gets up to the ball, and he's just so solid. The Swiss Army knife of this team, but never count out Sweeny, 2-time prospect MVP. I mean, he has all the accolades. He's just never won a Nemesis championship. Could this be the year? We're about to find out here. And Wolfey, correct me if I'm wrong here, Speed. He's been in Nemesis since like season 1 or something like that.
Yeah, Wolfie has been in Nemesis since season 1, and he is the all-time leader in demos. But he's going to get a shot off on this one, and he is going to find the full court goal to give the first goal in this series and give it to the Gladiators.
you know, great way to start it off. You get the lead early. Wolfey, in a very nice long shot, catches the Origin defense out early. And a great start for Gladiators. They needed that to ease their nerves. And now it seems like it might waterfall from here. Wolfey can't get that one. Voakes now going to try to 50 out Rockerman. He's successful. BanThisOne has to avoid hunzer. Hunzer can't find the demo. Wolfey gets it over, and now Wolfey sending it in the midfield. Tries to get a bump on hunzer. He's successful, but Rockerman there to corral that one. Origin having their struggles, particularly in the first and second rounds of playoffs, haven't really made it over the hump, historically. I just feel like in the playoffs, they kind of crumble. I don't know if it's like a mentality thing or something, but it just seems like they can never get it done. Hopefully this time around they can, as Sweeny, a very uncommon mistake, and now it's 2-0 Glads.
Yeah, as voakes just getting up early for that one, trying to just get any touch he can, and that one is actually going to find its way in. Sweeny had plenty of boost in the tank, but wasn't quite expecting that, clear to come out on target, and Gladiators gonna go up 2-0 in this one. Still plenty of time left for Origin to battle their way back, a minute and a half, but they're gonna want to do that a little earlier and find their first goal in this series.
Definitely. I mean, you don't want to play from behind, especially now. Rockerman tries to put a shot on net, but BanThisOne had it all covered. Great plays from both voakes and wolfey. Long shots towards the net, but those shots have a tendency of going in the back of the net, especially if the defense is lacking. But Rockerman gets a beat on the last man. Sweeny is up for it, but oh my goodness, what a defensive play from voakes on 0 boost. Wolfey gets there. BanThisOne, he's getting bumped out. Hunter with potentially a shot. It's off the backboard instead. BanThisOne beating Sweeny. And the one thing I'm noticing so far is Gladiators are beating Origin to almost every ball. I mean, it just doesn't seem like Origin are playing with the same speed we've seen from them all season. Gladiators, they can really get up there. So Origin, they're gonna have to predict some of these decisions from the Gladiators to go. They're gonna have to block them early. As Wolfey, a great touch from him. hunzer, he sends it down. BanThisOne has 0 boost, tries to get something of a power clear, but sends it into his own corner instead. Sweeny with 15 seconds to go. Can they find a goal to claw back into this game? I don't think it's gonna happen, but I mean, what a statement from the Gladiators either way. I mean, they came out swinging in this game. 9 shots on net to Origin's 3. Great way to start the game. And you know what? Let's have all Gladiators players net a goal here in game 1.
And if you're an Origin fan and you're on this Origin squad, this is dangerous. Like you just said, now with that goal there at the end by BanThisOne, all 3 of them finding their way in the goal category, each of them picking up 1, and that is huge momentum for every single person on this Gladiators team. You got to be feeling good. You just took game 1. You also shut out the number 1 seeded Origin, and every single one of you looked pretty good and found a way to put a ball into the back of the net. So if you're Origin, you got to come out hard. You got to come out fast. I expect Rockerman, who's also up there in demos, to start getting a little physical. We didn't see too much of that out of them. We did see a little bit coming out from the Gladiators, which both of these teams generally are pretty aggressive and, physical.
I mean, I've been in Nemesis for a decent bit of time, but I have to say, this prospect season feels like the most competitive season I've ever been in, right? I mean, teams top to bottom just looking really great. I mean, we had some play-in teams that got knocked out that I thought could definitely make a run. I mean, it's just top to bottom so good. That's why you can't sleep on these low-seeded teams like Gladiators. They seem to really capitalize on the moment at hand, right? And I think that's what they're doing right now. But Origin, they've played they've played the villain role for a while, absolutely heartbroken some teams, as voakes is up with it. Can't find the touch. voakes, I believe him and Cognition were part of an 18-0 team that won the championship. One of 2 teams to have ever done that, and that was in Novice League. I believe on the Wisps. I don't know if I got my facts right, but something of that nature. Is hunzer, he's up with it, sends it off the backboard. BanThisOne's gonna get demoed, and that's the calling card for Origin, the demos. But can they capitalize off of them as multiple misses coming out? Hunter's gonna have a free shot, tries to send it over into the net, but unfortunately not gonna go. hunzer getting a nice intercept, but BanThisOne gets a demo onto hunzer. voakes sends it high. It's now just floating in the Glad zone. They finally get it out, but it's looking kind of similar to the same story in game one here, Speed. What can the Origin team do to finally net themselves a goal?
I think they just need to be faster with the ball, like you kind of stated early in that first game. They're kind of sitting back. They're letting the ball come to them. Even there, Sweeny being a little hesitant going up, just waiting for it to come to him instead of attacking it. And Rockerman had to end up going up for that one and getting that clear. And I think we need to see a little more out of Sweeny. Sweeny wasn't too active in that first game as a shot's coming out by voakes, but saved away by Rockerman as they now have turned the tides here. Origin had a little bit of pressure early on, but Gladiators are now finding their rhythm again early in game number 2 and starting to put on this offensive pressure that we saw in game 1.
Yeah, they're really starting to find their groove. And I think the main thing about Gladiators, why they're so good, obviously their speed, like I mentioned, but their rotations are so tight. I think that's what's catching Origin kind of off foot here. It's not really how they're used to play against teams who have rotations this tight. And I think Gladiators are throwing them off with this one. And, it just helps to prove my point why Prospect was so competitive. I mean, heck, in my bracket predictions, I had you guys going all the way, and you guys were a play-in team. So it's just kind of, I just really appreciate the competitive atmosphere Prospect League has provided. And I hope some of the viewers here will, as Wolfey's going to sneak one right under Rockerman. And they have scored 4 unanswered goals.
And that right there is beautiful by BanThisOne. Not only does he get the demo, but the demo in front of the net that creates the smoke screen is just diabolical. We saw, I believe that was hunzer sitting in net. He did try to pre-jump through the smoke to read that goal, to read that shot. Unable to do so, but they're trying to storm back here. That one's going to get sent away by BanThisOne. And now Gladiators still looking in the driver's seat as they did just survive the quick counterattack that Origin was trying to put on and tie this game back up.
Yeah, you have to get a goal here. I mean, to break this silence, to break this domination so far from the Gladiators. I mean, 4 goals unanswered isn't completely unheard of. We've seen quite a lot more, but I think it's just, the pure midfield domination that I'm really looking towards to tell the story here. I mean, seems like Glads are dominating the midfield, but wait a second. hunzer had an open net, but couldn't corral the ball. That's a big mistake coming out early. Sweeny and Rockerman going to bump each other on the side while hunzer has to corral that one. Wolfey pops it high. This goes off the backboard. Can anyone read it? Sweeny and Rockerman collide again for a double commit. Comms looking a little shaky from Origin here. They're going to need to clean them up. They don't want to call a timeout, especially this early into the series. Maybe they don't have to. hunzer, he misses a shot. Sweeny can't get there. Now it's voakes. Sends it down. Tries to get another touch. Rockerman with no boost gets one to the side. Wolfey off the backboard. Can anyone be there? voakes, he drove past it, not expecting Sweeny to miss. But Sweeny, he's taking it down the pitch. Tries to get it past BanThisOne, but wait a second. What a clear. And BanThisOne is just going to take it the length of the pitch and score.
And that right there is beautiful. BanThisOne gets a nice dunk as third man, having to challenge that ball and then having the awareness to recover well on his landing, get back up for that one, and put a hard shot on net, forcing hunzer, who's racing back, not a lot of boost in the tank, to go up for that one. And again, Gladiators looking solid, but Rockerman is going to put Origin on the board for the first time in this one and cuts his lead down with a minute to go.
I mean, excellent speed from Rockerman. He comes out of nowhere in the midfield, beats 2, and gets the ball off of the backboard, puts it in the back of the net. I mean, incredible patience from him there, but they're going to need a lot more than just Rockerman here to, perform up to standard, up to what we might expect is, whoa, what a bang. Sweeny has to read that one. I'm surprised he did. I don't think I would have read that one. Sweeny off the side while Wolfey, he tries to send it up, but Sweeny gets a touch. Rockerman bangs it down. This is going to be off the backboard. 2 Gladiators players up for it. Rockerman applying a lot of pressure right now. hunzer going to fly past that one. Sweeny, he beats out one. BanThisOne sends it down. voakes now has to be the catalyst for this defense. He has to keep them afloat. hunzer almost with a shot. What a save coming out. But wait a second. Round 2 coming out. Rockerman nets his second goal, and Origin have tied it.
And that right there is a great pass from Sweeny. Knowing he can't get around the ball anymore, doesn't have the boost, puts it over to the middle, seeing 2 teammates there. And Rockerman, who also had 0 boost, keeps it low, slots it in, composed, ties this game up, late. And now Rockerman is going to take that one to the wall, but he leaves it for Hunzer, and they're looking to take this game number 2 and even up this series.
I mean, we'll have to see if the ball can hit the ground before it goes in the back of one of these nets. Wolfey, 0 boost in his tank, sends it to hunzer. Hunzer, you don't want to let this man have the ball, and I don't think BanThisOne intends to. Wolfey, maybe with a redirect. That would have been an insane read, but folks, it's still up. He's going for the aerial. Oh my goodness, 0 seconds, and the Gladiators are up 2-0 in the series.
Oh my, some 0-second heroics. Wolfey and voakes both going up. voakes gets a small touch on Wolfey, who then is able to get a touch on the ball and propel that one in over the Origin defender who had pre-jumped that read, going to survive this game, going to survive the Origin comeback, give themselves that 2-0 lead in this series now. Origin now on the back foot. Rockerman's got to be panicking. He had his Ascension team who came in, had the week break, get swept in their match yesterday, and now he's on the verge of being down 2-0 in this series. And we're really starting to see these play-in teams come out with vengeance throughout all leagues and really start putting, some worry into these 1 and 2 seeds who had such a break.
I mean, yeah, I feel like being a play-in team definitely prepares you for being on stream, but that shouldn't be a problem for Origin. They've been on stream plenty this season. Rockerman, I mean, he's on the stream almost every week, casting and whatnot. So I'm not really sure what their problem is. It seemed like they kind of found their groove towards the end of that game too, but it obviously wasn't enough. I feel like they just let Gladiators capitalize on them overcommitting too much. Origin just playing not the style of Rocket League that I think is going to work against the Gladiators, but they're not going to call their timeout, which I kind of agree with this decision. I'm not going to lie. I mean, much closer game 2. And you don't want to give Gladiators too much time to think about this. You want to keep hammering them. And honestly, I think Origin could definitely come back into this series, but they're going to have to take this one goal at a time here, Speed.
Yes, 1 goal at a time. It's now 1 game at a time. We did see Rockerman early in this game right there. He did go demo hunting, which I think we're going to see a lot more out of him. I think he wants to be a little more aggressive. He wants to open up the pitch for Hunzer and Sweeny. And Rockerman put on quite a masterclass there in that game number 2 late, trying to put a little momentum in his team's favor here as he sends that one off the sidewall. Sweeny unable to get that touch. And now Gladiators with their little bit of a counterattack here to start off game number 3.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it just seems like the ball is flying everywhere right now. And, you can't give the commissioner too much of an ego now, Speed. Nah, I'm just kidding. He has been playing absolutely phenomenal. Best player on his Origin team so far. And, with all 3 players being great, they all need to really step up. I mean, we saw Sweeny have that excellent pass to Rockerman, but Hunter, he hasn't done really a whole lot. And it's not just saying that because, I haven't witnessed the small things. I've seen the small things that he does. It's just not enough against this Gladiators team. They're still beating him to most balls. I think he really needs to step up a BanThisOne. I mean, this dude definitely did not fail geometry class. What an angle.
That angle was tight as can be. 2 defenders also in the way. He slots it around both, still able to find the back of the net, or should I say the side of the net with that angle there. Again, Gladiators up early in the game, forcing Origin to play from behind, and we still haven't seen them look too dangerous as Sweeny trying to make something happen here. He's going to get 50'd by voakes. Rockerman does flip it up over to Hunter, trying to get the second beat, but that one is going to be sent away into the back corner by BanThisOne to voakes, who has plenty of boost. He's going to go up for an air dribble, and that one's going to be sent away by Sweeny.
Yeah, I feel like Gladiators, I mean, they struggled in the play-ins, but this has looked like a cakewalk for them so far. Wolfey with an insane goal off of a BanThisOne demo plus pass. I mean, the combinations there, but I think the reason that they look like they're not struggling right now is because the 2 teams that they played in the play-ins, they both were highly mechanical, high upside teams, but they just couldn't get it together. But Origin isn't really too mechanical. They rely on each other, as Sweeny relying on that one. What a beautiful kickoff from Hunzer. Gets the beat on 2, and Sweeny going to put that one away. A much-needed goal, especially after the onslaught of goals they've had so far. And the Origin, they've had these plays where they're trying to demo, but it's just not working so far, Speed.
It's really not. This Gladiators team, normally I would say if they played them in the in the play-ins. The demos and the bumps would have them crumbled right now. However,
Yeah.
the rotations that the Gladiators are having in this series compared to the ones that they had in the play-ins, night and day. Their third man was pushing up way too far in the play-ins, which left them susceptible to a lot of counterattacks. But they've played really solid on their rotations so far in this series, and you can tell, and it is working for them beautifully right now as they are in the driver's seat in this series against Origin.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't want to play third man because, it's not enough time on the ball. And I think if you think like that, you're just not playing third man right. You get a bunch of opportunities to control the pace of play. And I feel like Gladiators have just realized the benefits of playing third man. You don't have to play super aggressive or super passive. You can find your own way. You can challenge when you feel like you want to challenge and make your own decisions. And I think that's what they're doing so far as BanThisOne, maybe trying to go for a Psycho. I don't know if that's in his wheelhouse, but I wouldn't be surprised. BanThisOne off the sidewall. Air Sweeny pops it high. voakes now, sending it down the pitch. Now BanThisOne. He's going to leave it for wolfey, who gets a nice touch. wolfey been really excellent so far. I mean, he has just been scoring goals left and right, but the unsung hero has been voakes. I mean, he is the glue of this team. He's definitely the catalyst to great things. I played this team, I believe, when I just got to the Melons, and BanThisOne gonna put another one away. But I played them when I just got to the Melons, but they didn't have voakes, and it wasn't. I mean, it was still kind of a close series, but it just didn't feel like the same Gladiators team. voakes really just brings two great players together and makes them even better. Like, even though he has 86 points right now, speed, he's still balling.
He is balling. He's doing all the right things. He's really creating a lot of that midfield pressure for the Gladiators, which is allowing to keep their offensive pressure. And, BanThisOne, we've seen him have some really great angles, some really great shots. He's able to hit the ball with a lot of poise as well, which is just beautiful for this Gladiators team. And then wolfey. wolfey's been huge on the pressure, the defense, as the open net here. wolfey, can he find
Wow.
it? He does. And Gladiators are running away with this game number 3 in this series.
I mean, they're making it look even easier than, I mean, the Blackhawks played Origin in regular season. That was one of the marquee matchups early on, and the Blackhawks struggled heavily. Gladiators haven't really struggled one bit, if I'm gonna be completely honest. They feel, it just feels like they're in control of this whole match, right? I feel like they score at will. They play defense super patiently, and sometimes they just insta-challenge and it catches Origin off guard. They're doing a lot of things to confuse this Origin team, and it's working as Rockerman. Nice touch. And hunzer, he's going to put it down the field. That one is in the back of the net, and I think that's hunzer's first goal in this entire series, and hopefully more to come for this Origin team.
And unfortunately there, voakes doesn't challenge early. He likes to get the mid boost first, and then decides to challenge as third man. And hunzer just has to get a touch, put it on net. He's going to give a little life Origin. There is 45 seconds left. Plenty of time to get 2 goals. But they want to get their next goal really soon, because you don't want to be down in the final 15 seconds and trying to force 2 goals to eliminate the Gladiators from going on match point.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have that happen. I mean, this is just unfair, Speed. I know this is a video game, but this Gladiators team, they're putting up video game numbers right now. What a performance from them.
They're being quick to the ball. They're hitting the ball with a purpose. They're hitting it hard. They're not making these soft little touches and hard follow-ups for their teammates. They are just playing really well-rounded Rocket League in this series so far. And Origin, I don't know what they need to do. I thought maybe demos and bumps were going to be the thing. They tried doing that. That hasn't worked out for them too well. They just got to start being faster, I think. I think they got to make something happen here.
Yeah, 100%. They're just not in control of their own destiny so far. Gladiators going up 3-0 in this series. We saw it last night. Venom went down 3-0, and to an 8-seeded team, and they crawled all the way back. But I mean, they're gonna need one heck of a game 4 to get that first win under their belt. They just need that one win, because Venom, they won by 1 goal in the 4th game. And that's what propelled them to absolutely dominate the rest of the series. That's exactly what Origin needs. They are going to offer their timeout. Very smart timeout from them. I think they have a lot to talk about. But Gladiators, they're doing a lot of things totally correct here. I mean, I just feel like we've harped on how great their rotations have been, how their third man is playing really great to counter this Origin team who like to keep you on your back foot and demo you in the backfield. But the third man, their man's going too quick for them to really do anything about that. And I feel like it's more on Origin's side as well. I just don't think they're playing how they usually play. You know, they've scrimmed a lot of teams. They've beaten a lot of good teams. They beat a Challenger League team in scrims just this week, and you know all that does not matter if you can't perform on stream. And right now they're down in the biggest hole they've been down all season. And Origin, are they going to continue the trend of being first round exits after a really good opening season or regular season, or is this going to be a different Origin team that reverse sweeps here, Speed?
I don't know, but we did see the 1 seed last night, as you mentioned. They found a way to win game 4 after being down 3 games in the series and pulled off the reverse sweep. But that's a team who in the grand finals last year had to pull off a reverse sweep. So they had the knowledge and the ability to do that. We knew that. This Origin squad, they haven't really been faced with that diversity before. So for them to go down 3-0 and have only put up a limited amount of goals here, it's going to be hard. But I think they need to focus on really being quick to the ball, having a smart third man. Don't let up any goals. If you don't let up any goals in this game, I think that's the biggest thing for them. They've let Gladiators put up 4 or 5 goals multiple times this series, so they really just gotta be a little more patient and smart, but being quick at the same time.
Yeah, you know, it's all about that balance. And I feel like so far Gladiators have really struck that balance. Now it's Origin's turn. They need to be perfect in the last 4 games if they can even get it there to maybe somehow win this series. Wolfey gonna give it back to voakes. Voakes with the first touch. voakes gonna try to get another one. Sweeny, great save. Wolfey sends it over. BanThisOne just gonna put it in the back of the net. The confidence is overwhelming.
And right there, what we talked about, that they're being a little too hesitant, right? No one challenging Sweeny, no one challenging Wolfey there to thinking he was going to put on a shot. But instead of putting on a shot, he passes the ball middle to a roaring BanThisOne coming down the pitch with full momentum and has a way better angle to shoot at. And he's going to slot that one in. And this is what we're seeing here from Origin. They're just being a little too slow to the ball. They're letting Gladiators get whatever look they want.
Yeah, you know, and I think you got to use the experience from Origin. I think almost every player on this Origin team has been in Challenger League or has been in the Prospect League for a while. You have to use that knowledge of how to beat teams. You have to come together, and Rockerman has to be that guy to take his teammates and really, really talk to them for a second in that timeout. He has to level with them, tell them how poorly it just seems like the rotations are and how to fix them. And I think if they did that, it would be much better than it is right now. It just looks like it's not the Origin team that I was expecting to see come into this one. So you see BanThisOne and Wolfey waiting in the same corner. Boost over ball mentality. Can't say I blame them. Rockerman off the corner. BanThisOne. He sends it up instead of to the side, and that one might bite them in the butt. Rockerman tries to get up for it, but hunzer gonna 50 out Wolfey. Rockerman can't find the touch. Sweeny now sends it down. voakes gonna get a wonderful save. And now he's chasing the ball. Rockerman gonna get 50'd out from voakes, and now the ball's up. hunzer, that's what I'm talking about. Plays like that, you have to anticipate the Gladiators being up for that. And that might just net them a goal, but, you know, even though it didn't net them a goal, that was a great example of what I need to start seeing from this Origin team.
Yeah, hunzer up quick, gets the touch, and then does get a great follow through, but unfortunately, Rockerman unable to put that one through, but he's going to send that one up off the backboard. But again, Sweeny not there. He's not anticipating Rockerman getting that touch up off of the backboard and being there ready for that. Yes, I know he's third man, but at this point, you're down a goal. You're on match point to lose this series and get swept. You got to try something. You got to be quick. You got to be offensive minded here, because at this point, it's win or go home.
Yeah, there's no point in playing defense. A good defense is a good offense, you know. That's my motto, at least. But, you know, it definitely applies here as Rockerman. I think he's listening to the stream right now. I mean, he has been an offensive force for this Origin team in the regular season, and when they needed him most, puts one in the back of the net. What a pass from Sweeny, and that's exactly what they needed to equalize this game 4 and hopefully just barely squeak it past Gladiators to extend the series.
Yeah, that's huge pickup there from Rockerman, tying this game up. And as we saw, Rockerman, he didn't. Oh, you'll see a lot of prospect players on that play right there. See two defenders sitting there like they could have got the save, and they back off thinking they're gonna play the saves touch. Rockerman, nope. He goes, I know I have someone behind me. I'm gonna play for the miss. I'm gonna play for this best case scenario for me, and it works out. He finds himself a goal. He ties this one up, and I think this is what the Origin squad has been missing in this series so far, is just really looking for that best case scenario for themselves. As hunzer with 0 boost, having to make a great save. Now Sweeny gets it past the last defender. The net is open. BanThisOne can't get back, and now Origin has brought this one all the way back, and they have themselves a lead now.
Sweeny, what a play from him off the sidewall. Just gets it past 2. And Rockerman, Sweeny in a 2v0. No defender back there. And Gladiators letting it slip a little bit. They need to take this game 4, obviously, to win the series. But if they can't let Origin have anything. They haven't so far in the series, but it's starting to look like Origin have finally found their form here. hunzer sends it down. BanThisOne. Pops it high. voakes now. Gonna get a touch. BanThisOne. He's going to try to 50 out hunzer. He does 50 out Sweeny. wolfey off the corner. voakes now. He's going to get a touch. BanThisOne's chasing into the corner, but hunzer beats him there. hunzer with not a whole lot of boost is just going to send it to the backboard. Very powerful touch. That could have been really dangerous, but Origin playing with incredible speed right now. I think they can definitely outpace this Gladiators team. As we see, voakes last back. Great defense from him. BanThisOne tries to send it over to voakes, but hunzer playing that aggressive third man, gets the beat. hunzer trying to take a shot. It's on target, but what a save from wolfey. He's been stout in the defensive end. voakes gets bumped out. Rockerman, all he has to do is back up into it, but he fakes it for hunzer. And I think Origin might have something cooking, Speed.
They might. They've looked quick in the last 2.5 minutes. They started off a little slow in this game. They started off slow in the series, but they started to figure out, and now they're seeing what it's like when you're playing fast, how awkward you can make this Gladiators defense. Their defense starts to wobble the faster you play. Their rotations get a little out of whack, and they're starting to see that, and they've now capitalized on that 3 times. With only 45 seconds to go, they're in the driver's seat to win this game number 4 and potentially start this reverse sweep action. But they need to continue to play fast, and they need to stay locked in on defense.
Yeah, the key in playoffs is to play with your instincts. Let your instincts guide you. What a shot from BanThisOne. Gets saved away. wolfey trying to find anything. voakes now sends it off the sidewall. Rockerman gets a touch. BanThisOne going to control it off the sidewall using his long card to his advantage. Sweeny sends it down. Rockerman can't find the touch, and now wolfey on 0 boost. voakes, it's a 1v3. He gets it over 1. It's off the backboard, but no one there. Just unfortunate positioning. In Origin, they're going to find themselves a game win, and this could be the start of something great here, Speed.
Yeah, are we going to see in back-to-back nights the 1 seed go down 3 games and pull off a reverse sweep? They started the momentum change for themselves here. They looked great. Sweeny picked up his pace. He obviously getting 3 assists, 2 saves, 100% goal participation for him in this one. And we hadn't seen too much out of him early on in this series, but he seems to have woken up, the 2-time Prospect League MVP. And that's the type of play that we want to see from him. Rockerman played really well in the first 3 games, played well in this one, picking up 2 goals. And then hunzer just doing the little things that doesn't always you see him get on the stat board for, but he's always around making those smart plays in the midfield. And they just looked really good here in this game number 4.
Yeah, they squeaked out a win, very similar to how Dissolved and Venom had their game 4 last night. But I think the Gladiators just need to form some kind of resilience here. They need to really just double down on what they've already been doing. They've been doing such a great job limiting Origin. They just couldn't get the chances. I mean, it wasn't for lack of trying, right? Last game, I mean, it seemed like they had a lot of great chances going, but now Origin playing so far off the ball, a second and third man might catch them out of whack. Now Gladiators, instead of playing fast, they need to start controlling this ball. voakes now. Off the backboard goes Rockerman's ball. hunzer sends it towards the net. BanThisOne with a powerful touch into his own corner. Rockerman gets 1. wolfey sends it down the pitch. Sweeny gonna try to control it. Pops it high. BanThisOne is already up for it. Tries to get another one, but hunzer Gonna send it to the ground. Both voakes and wolfey up for it. A little bit of a double commit there. Can't have those kinds of mistakes happening, especially in this stage. Sweeny takes one. BanThisOne. Pops it down. hunzer sends it down the pitch. BanThisOne. Back pass to voakes. voakes sends it down the pitch. Wonderful play from them to keep it in Origin's end. voakes 50s him out. BanThisOne gets 50'd out by Rockerman. And now Rockerman and Sweeny are a little bit awkward here. BanThisOne trying to challenge. He's going to let wolfey have this one. Ball sent down. Here's Sweeny going to have to control it. But wait, that's a terrible touch from him. But now hunzer being there to bail him out. But wait a second. There's just no one in the back of the net as BanThisOne makes a miraculous save. But he made it much harder than it had to be.
Yeah, he did. This ball wasn't hit very hard. He bites on the fake attempt by Sweeny and Rockerman. Naturally so. Two people trying to go up for the ball. You have to respect that they're going to get that little doink touch trying to get it over you. It doesn't work out. He does get that initial touch, but their second man rushed back a little too fast and flew past that ball, letting Origin put themselves in the driver's seat in this game number 5. And we're just seeing the Gladiators almost look like they're getting starved on the defensive end with boost, and then they're just not able to get the greatest clears like they were early in the series.
Yeah, you know, they're just not finding their form right here, and Origin just looks so good. They've scored 4 unanswered goals, similar to how the Glads started this series. BanThisOne fakes out Sweeny. Now that Origin are at full strength, what can they do? BanThisOne, he's starting to make a lot of mental mistakes right now. He double commits twice. hunzer over to Rockerman. voakes sends it down. Nice demo from him. BanThisOne has a semi-open net, but voakes getting up for that one. wolfey, he has a chance here. Nice shot from him. Just barely goes up. BanThisOne has to put it on target. wolfey, he's up with it. Tries to send it down. No one can find a goal here for Gladiators, but it was a solid attempt from them. voakes getting a little bit of an awkward touch. Not the touch I don't think he wanted. BanThisOne up with one. Tries to reach the sidewall to get another. He does. wolfey sends it down. hunzer with a nice touch over to Rockerman. voakes is there for the intercept, though. voakes going to turn again for this one. Gets a pass there, Sweeny. And now going to 50 out hunzer yet again. And the Gladiators, they're starting to put on a great effort, but it's not going to matter if you can't play defense.
No, it's not. And that is a great defensive stand there by Origin and a great 50 by Sweeny. voakes, I understand you're trying to force that one through there, but that's one you just got to stay behind the ball and really try to win that 50. And he loses it, and it ends up going right in his goal. And the one thing that's going to worry me about now is we've seen previously and throughout this season is BanThisOne's mental when things start not going the Gladiators' way. And we kind of see it already, right? They lost that game. He's starting to double commit. He's trying to be a little too aggro and try to take this all on his own. And I think that could end up biting the Gladiators if he continues to do that and they can't rein him back in.
Yeah, on that last attempt, oh, what a touch from him off the backward. voakes has to get this one, and he might just do it. BanThisOne, he finishes it. But BanThisOne, on that last play, something that he did that he didn't do the entire series that was really working for him was the third man. He committed so far up, and that's what got them scored on. So if he plays third man how he's been playing for the first 3 games, I think they genuinely have a chance to sneak this game out and win the entire series right here.
Yeah, they do, and that's what I was talking about. That's how they played in the play-ins, where they were very susceptible to those counterattacks. He pushed up way too far and over to the right on the opposite side of the ball, which allowed that ball to slide its way in off of that 50 by Sweeny. But he did get the answer there. He did, help his mental by finding the back of the net, and now hopefully that'll rein him back in where he doesn't feel like he has to be super aggressive.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully he calms down just a little bit, as he's been stellar leading up to this game. hunzer off the ceiling. Rockerman, great touch from him. Wait a second, that might just go in the back of the net. What a save from wolfey and voakes combining on that one. BanThisOne, nice fake. Now voakes pops it high. BanThisOne gets the boost. He gets the beat. Double tap city. Do we have a population of 1? We might. Unfortunately, cannot make the touch. voakes now. Nice 50. hunzer can't find the touch, but he fakes him out. He bumps voakes, causing a lot of chaos. Sweeny back to Rockerman. Back to Sweeny. Back to Rockerman. It's a lot of passing here. Not a whole lot of shooting, but, that's just how Origin likes to play it around here. 25 seconds left. Can the Gladiators find an equalizer here? This will definitely crush Origin's mental if they do. wolfey chasing this, but not too hard. BanThisOne, he's up with it. Didn't really need to force that one down the pitch. And hunzer with the 100 boost is just going to leave it for Rockerman. They're wasting time. And that's what I'm talking about. You have to take control of the ball there. voakes sends it over. In 2 seconds remaining, wolfey tries to keep it alive. BanThisOne gets an unfavorable touch. And Origin, I mean, I genuinely think they could win this entire series. They just look so much better than Gladiators in these past 2 games here, Speed.
Yeah, now the question is, Gladiators, you were up 3-0. You now allowed Origin back in this series. It's 3-2. You still on match point. You still got a game to play with, but do you take that timeout now and take the extra minute to talk things over? Or do you wait until this series gets tied up and you're in a game 7 if it goes that way? I think they should take it now, really try to BanThisOne back in. We saw him get a little overzealous, trying to go up too early, try to get too many redirects, trying to push up the field too much as third man to try to be there in case the ball squeaked over to the opposite side. I think they really got to rein him back in and just get back to the basics of how they were playing to be able to shut down this Origins team now that they're playing faster.
You know, they're playing pretty fast right now, to be completely honest. And it's looking like they're just absolutely dominating so far. Doesn't quite look like it on the stat sheet, but they're looking great. And I disagree with Gladiators not taking a timeout here. I think they definitely needed to take one. Pride kills so many of these teams who are like, I'm too good for a timeout. Nah, we got it. No, you seriously need to use your timeouts. You only get one for a reason. They're powerful. They allow you to catch your breath a little bit, and they really just, I mean, especially for a hot team you're playing against, they really cool them down. And I think that's what Gladiators needed to do there. But to be fair, Origin didn't call their timeout until the end of game 3. So, they're just following the Origin, path to success here. As a double commit coming out. voakes gonna try to shoot it. wolfey missed the demo. BanThisOne down the pitch. hunzer, great save from him. He gets it past another one. BanThisOne last to defend. Nice pop past one. Sweeny, though, gonna get it past him. voakes misread. BanThisOne off the backboard. Rockerman, he cuts Sweeny. And wolfey down the pitch. hunzer sends it through! And that's the hunzer we know.
Yeah, and again, more double commits and more misplays coming out from the Gladiators. That was a great clear attempt by wolfey. voakes should have realized he was beat and not go up early for that one. And hunzer is going to make them punish as BanThisOne stuck in net. Not a lot of boost. Does get a touch on it, but not enough to send it up over the backward. And Origin going to strike early again here in this one. voakes trying to even it up early and quick after that one. Now gets it back middle, but the triple commit comes up from Gladiators. He's going to send that one over to wolfey, who's just going to send that one back in the middle, and you really would like to see him try to control that one.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a difference between making changes and making the correct changes to your playstyle, because the things that have been working consistently, you can keep most of those things. You just have to change a little bit about your playstyle. You have to change one thing that Origin is capitalizing on, and it's balls like these. The past 3 games, I have not seen a ball be banged into the Origin end without one of them with 100 boost right behind it, ready to play the 50. You can't keep banging the ball down to them. You can't be like a caveman and only have one way to play Rocket League. There's a lot of ways to play Rocket League. What a pass coming out. wolfey can't find the touch. voakes now. He's up with it. Beats one. BanThisOne gonna pop it high. hunzer, great save. wolfey now sends it to the side. Rockerman a little bit awkward here. He gets a touch. Tries to find another, but BanThisOne, a great demo. BanThisOne gets a pass. Wait a second, this could be deadly. hunzer, he flies across the face of the net. Great defense from Origin now. hunzer tries to get a touch. He is successful. Rockerman, he tries to get up there. He successfully does, and now wolfey, he's flying past the ball. voakes gets a single touch. Rockerman sends it out. hunzer's there. I mean, it's just looking too easy for Origin right now.
Is looking way too easy for Origin. Gladiators cutting each other way too often, putting each other in awkward situations with limited boost. The comms are, you can tell, the comms are obviously falling down. People are getting overzealous. They're just wanting to make something happen so bad that they're not doing what's best for the team and the team play, and it's really hurting them right now.
Yeah, it's definitely hurting them. And, I don't know if they realize it, but what a play from wolfey and BanThisOne. What a way to get back into this game and get back into the series.
What a passing play coming out from the Gladiators. BanThisOne not in that situation, not trying to do too much himself, realizing that the best option was to give it back. A little give and go action there, getting hunzer all twisted around and awkward. Put him in the little spin cycle there, and now a double 50 off of the
Wow.
kickoff, which I don't think I've seen that ever in my time of playing. That was some pretty crazy kickoff shots right there.
Yeah, you know, that's just how we like to do it in the prospect league. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, it's just like you're making some chicken and you throw just random spices on the chicken. You know, it's exactly what that is. But wait a second, this could be dangerous. BanThisOne trying to go for a shot. He could have let a teammate take that one. BanThisOne, he needs to be the facilitator here. He's quicker than all 3 Origin players and has been this entire series. He needs to be the guy that gets his teammates these passes. I mean, you saw it. He passed it right back to wolfey, and that's what got them a goal. He needs to be that guy. He needs to be unselfish. Can he make that adjustment? Because both his teammates are kind of struggling defending against Origin right now. What a redirect from Rockerman, but voakes gonna save it away. BanThisOne gets it past him. What a touch from him. hunzer has to react. voakes dunks him out. wolfey, oh my goodness, what a save from Sweeny. Incredible defensive stand from Origin.
Yeah, that's a beautiful save coming out there, and I 100% agree with you on that statement. BanThisOne needs to try to find himself in that second, third man role and really facilitate this ball, facilitate where his teammates should go, how they need to challenge, when they should challenge, and when they need to get back. He has the knowledge. He's great at it, but he challenges a little too early there, but it's not going to punish him, as that one was sent away for the time being. But a double commit, again, coming out here by the Gladiators and just going to give the ball right back to Origin.
Yeah, and they have a ton of boost to work with. BanThisOne gonna send it down, and there's just no follow. But wait a second, a detrimental touch from hunzer. This could be dangerous. wolfey, he commits, and I don't think that was a terrible play from him. Got the 50. wolfey gets the boost. BanThisOne sends it down, but hunzer is gonna be there to collect that one. Tries to send it over Rockerman, but he got bumped by a Gladiators player. Oh my goodness, a prime example of how the Gladiators get scored on most times is right there. The third man, BanThisOne, going for boost on that play instead of playing behind his teammates, really bit them there, and I think this one might go to 7 now.
I think it might go to 7, but you really can't also blame BanThisOne for going for boost there. It was there. His teammate voakes, he did hit it hard off of the sidewall right to an Origin defender who all he had to see was once BanThisOne went for the boost was to just put it on target. If you're voakes there, you really do have to send that one down into the Origin defensive third and relieve that pressure that your team's under. So, I mean, yes, should he have gone for boost? No. He should have seen that ball where it was headed first. But if you're voakes, you really got to get a better touch on that one as well.
Yeah, and the second man, wolfey, as well, just falling way too close on that one. I know they like their tight rotations, but sometimes you have to switch it up a little bit, especially in times of crisis like this one. wolfey sends it over. It's almost over in this game numero 6 here. We're going into game numero 7 right now. All right, no overtime needed. Origin just gonna get it done how they've been getting it done all season long. Game 7 is waiting for us at Champions Field. Will the Gladiators put their pride and their ego to the side and take a timeout here?
They better, because if they don't take a timeout, this game 7, I think, is going to be a complete blowout. Origin's going to try to win this one with very convincing fashion, saying, hey, we were toying with you. We let you have the first 3 games on purpose, and look what we've done since then. So I think you really need to take your time out here. You need to really talk things over, figure out what's been working and what's been hurting you, and execute on what's been really working for you and really try to eliminate the things that have hurting you, which is third man pushing up too far and BanThisOne trying to be a little too aggressive, going for too many little redirects instead of really just trying to find the beautiful passes that he has done so well in this series.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he has to be that facilitator, but I need to see voakes step up. I mean, he hasn't really been the same in the midfield. He keeps trying and trying to get it past this Origin team, but they finally found a way to shut him down. So if they want to win, it's pretty much all up to voakes here, Speed. I don't know about you, but I think I have Origin taking this game 7.
I think I do too, as the shot off the kickoff's going to come out, but that one's going to go just high, but Rockerman's still going to keep this one in his offensive end. He tries to go for the 50, but wolfey is going to get the great clear, as we did see Origin trying to strike early, like I said, and a demo coming out here by as well, but this one is on target. Is Rockerman going to get back in time? He is, and Rockerman is doing everything he can in this series to propel his team into the semifinals.
As I mean, we've seen Champions Field Rockerman before. Not a man to be toyed with. As oh my goodness, back-to-back incredible saves. This Origin team, they're not letting this one slip. Another one. Gladiators throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this Origin team, but they're not budging yet again. Amazing saves coming out for them, but I'm liking what I'm seeing for the Gladiators. Keep up the pressure. Eventually, one will slip by. BanThisOne gets it by. Tries to get a 50, but a double commit yet again, and all three of them have committed. This should be a goal as hunzer can't find the back of the net. Rockerman does get a bump on that one. Steals their boost. voakes now with 0 boost. Can he learn his lesson and control it? He doesn't control it as well as I think he wanted to. wolfey, again, falling for the same mistake. The lack of control here is really killing the Gladiators right now. Origin, they're just bound to score. voakes sends it to the side. hunzer off the sidewall. voakes clears it away. Gets it past there. Sweeny. Now there's just hunzer to beat if Rockerman can't turn in time, but hunzer gonna get back to that one. hunzer sends it down. Rockerman already up. Pre-jump of doom from Rockerman. I mean, that guy was up, I think, higher than a spaceship, but hunzer is gonna put one in the back of the net, and the Gladiators are in some serious trouble here.
Yeah, wolfey missing his touch on this one. You really needed that one. There was no one back for Origin, and I think that's what was in his mind. He's like, I want to get this touch so bad. I know there's no one back, but you got to get the touch. I know it looks so tempting. You have to get that touch. And now Origin up in this game number 7, flirting with the reverse sweep as they have stormed back in games 4 through 6, and now they have themselves in the driver's seat yet again early in a game.
Yeah, they just need to capitalize in this moment. Here's Sweeny. Sends it to the side. hunzer, he's gonna find a touch. He's successful. voakes now gets it past 2. This needs to be on target. wolfey, he misses his touch. Rockerman gets it past BanThisOne. wolfey sends it back into his own corner. Not a terrible play from him. The control we've needed to see from this Gladiators team so far. BanThisOne sends it down. wolfey and BanThisOne gonna double, but it ends up working out for them as they get a nice 50 here. BanThisOne still involving himself in the play when he probably shouldn't be. BanThisOne now with the 100 boost. He's gonna be the first man there. He misses his touch. voakes, he's on the back wall. He's gonna jump for it, but wolfey is gonna jump before he does. BanThisOne gonna beat out Rockerman. This is a great 50. wolfey has to capitalize. I mean, Origin just aren't letting anything pass them right now.
No, and unfortunately, that's what you get, Gladiators. You let Origin battle back in this series, and now that they are playing at full strength, full speed, they're not going to give you easy goals. You're going to have to work for it, and we've seen them struggle. But wolfey, he's going to put it near post, OP, and it works. I swear, 100% of the time, is this one's going to find its way in with a little help from the post.
Is that speed approved? Is that a speed approved shot right there?
That is a speed approved shot. Near post, OP, regardless of how far out you are. If you overpower that near post, it's so hard to read.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, especially for, you know, defenses, even as high caliber as Origin. So you see BanThisOne. Decent control, but not good enough. This could be bad early. hunzer missing his touch, thanking the stars. We're still seeing some holes in this Gladiator team, but not enough to let them be down right now. They're tied. BanThisOne gets a touch, gets a demo and a pass. hunzer gets 50'd out. Rockerman gets 50'd out, and a demo onto the second man. Alleviates any kind of pressure from Origin. BanThisOne sends it down. hunzer last back. Gets a couple of boosts. He's just controlling this one. Gets it over voakes. And now wolfey gonna almost beat out Rockerman, but Rockerman getting the 50. BanThisOne yet again just gonna send it down. wolfey gets Rockerman instead of the ball, and voakes a terrible mistake. And Sweeney's gonna capitalize.
voakes, where you going, buddy? You had boost, you had position, sit back post. You get a little overzealous, expecting one play to happen, and the other play happens instead. And now you put your team in a very terrible spot with 57 seconds to go. Now needing a goal to even force overtime on a team that has had your number in the last 3 games. And there's another one right there. They're getting too aggressive because they need to, and they're just going to give Origin an easy goal here.
I mean, Gladiators, there's a constant theme with them, you know, selling in the first round of the playoffs, and this is probably one of the biggest sell jobs I've ever seen in my entire life. Gladiators just, I mean, they pooped this series away. This was an easy series win for them if they just adjusted to Origin. Origin played out of their minds, but Gladiators just kept throwing everything at them the same way they did it in game one. You have to adjust, and they just didn't do that here. As we see Rockerman getting 250s out. BanThisOne trying to get a goal here to maybe come back into this one. Wolfey and voakes double committing, and that's the story of the night right there. That should be a goal. hunzer, yeah. Just gonna put it in the back of the net. It's 4-1. GG's.
GG's. Gladiators, you came out hot, which is surprising because you came out slow in your other play-in matches. So I was really surprised to see them come out so hot. But then they fell back kind of into the reverse of how they played in the play-ins. They came out slow in the play-ins and then figured it out, locked in their rotations. And here we saw them locked in, and then they weren't locked anymore, and they let Origin storm back. And you cannot do that against this caliber of a team. They were the 1 seed for a reason.
Yep, and they definitely proved it here. Reverse sweep. Origin. They were perfect. They needed to be perfect, and they were. 4 games in a row, and they take this playoff series in probably a fashion that I don't think Origin fans really wanted to see. Gave them a little bit of heart attack here, but I mean, what a series from them. Gladiators, they put up a heck of a fight, but they just didn't look the same in the last 4 games of the series. Unfortunate for them, but it's, you know, it's just life. It's how Rocket League goes, but we are running a little low on time. The next match is about to start. You definitely want to be there for that one. Speed, thank you for casting with me. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Peace.